Well, we know Neil Sinclair is here with us. It's a Wednesday
yes,
morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning. Taylor is almost on the microphone this morning.
Sorry about that. And I'm always yelling at people.
Yeah, you're always going closer.
And then she grabs it and it makes all that noise, but that's all right. Thank you, Taylor. All right, and we do have an esteemed gentleman here who's
who we saw Sunday night at Henry Diltz's.
Well, Steam is a part of
what he does.
water and stuff. Yeah. But no, he was up there with us, Henry Diltz. That was pretty fascinating.
That was more than
Why don't you
fascinating.
introduce him versus Paul Nebrasky from Nebrasky Plumbing and Heating?
Yes. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
Yeah, we had fun there, didn't we? That was pretty cool.
Amazing. And he was the photographer of Woodstock, correct?
He was the official. He actually
I missed it.
One of the pictures he was showing, a series of, is them building the stage for Woodstock.
Incredible.
He was there a week before the concert.
That's mind-boggling.
It is. I mean, talking about
stories.
right place
not
at
knowing
the right
what it was going to be. Yeah, just being there and
with all the iconic.
Yeah, I was just telling Neil on the way out, my son he signed a photograph of Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, did he
took.
really?
Tell Frank how much it was.
Oh my God, it was 14 by 10. It was $200 cash.
Wow.
Wait, tell him how much it
Paul,
costs.
we're in the wrong business.
Tell him how much it cost if you bought it in a gallery.
So I went online because he said, no, it's triple in my gallery. So, of course, once we left, I wanted to see if I'm sure he was telling me the truth. In his gallery, he sells it for $600.
Wow. So it really was.
It really was,
That's
yeah.
tremendous.
So, but my son says I want it for my dorm room because you're going to be a freshman this year. I'm like, you're not bringing a $200 Jimi Hendrix picture to his dorm room. I'm sorry. We'll get the poster online.
Yeah, get the poster and do it that way. I should have brought up some album covers because a lot of the albums that he did, I still have.
True.
So that would have been good to get a
he would
autograph.
have signed them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, talking about Woodstock, all right? So, we're going to give away some tickets today, correct?
Taste of Warwick, which I was just going to talk about, actually.
Go ahead.
And it's going to be September 10th at the Warwick Valley Winery and Distillery.
Which is great.
It's great. And what they have is it's like this rectangle area inside under a pavilion or a tent. I can't remember what it is. I think a tent. And you have it's a tent, and they have all local restaurants and wineries and craft beer, and you pay one price ticket, and you eat as much as you want and drink as much as you want. Longchamps and Manso are going to be performing there, singing. They're a terrific band, and they have little tables on the gazebo out with umbrellas on them that you can take your food, go sit down and chatter away.
Now, Paul, you're going to be there too, aren't you?
We're going to be there.
But he has something else he's going to do.
We're going to be a sponsor this year. So,
really?
Yeah, gold sponsor.
Yeah, we're a gold sponsor every year.
Yeah, I saw WTBQ. I had to be a sponsor also.
That's right.
Very
Now I
good.
live in Warwick here. I need
It's
to
a contest.
Step up to the plate, baby.
up to
And this is going to be your first time at this, right?
My first time.
It is
you're
a
gonna love
wonderful
it.
event.
It's phenomenal.
You're going to love it. You
So
really are.
I purchased 2 extra tickets, and we're going to give away 2 today.
Today.
Ah, cool.
And what is the value on those? Because I know they're not inexpensive. What are
cheap.
they like?
75?
I think it's $150 for the 2 tickets.
Yeah,
that
so
sounds right.
All right, so we're going to give that away a little bit
And
later
there
on
are
this half
tickets-
hour. So
yeah, there are tickets left, but I'm just saying it's not easy to get a ticket to this, and it's every year phenomenal.
Neil and I eat enough for the whole week, right?
Yeah, you
When we're
actually
there.
have to bring a wheelbarrow with you
Yeah,
to
I
get
know.
you home.
Well, it's downhill, so it's good though.
All right,
Which is
well,
good.
the problem is I bought
there.
tickets for my whole office, so is
God.
anybody going to be
what a
working
nice
next
guy.
day? Is it going to be
No,
like the
no,
day after Thanksgiving?
You
No.
can forget it. They're all going to be in a coma.
All right,
believe
good.
me.
Yeah,
All
they'll be
right.
in some kind of coma after all that food. It's a lot of good
the
stuff.
food is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And you know what it is? They bring out all their delicacies, which tend to be the higher calorie, things because they taste so good. And if you don't,
It's fantastic.
and we just go nuts. We have fun.
I'm assuming
how many
we're gonna
little
mix in
pies
some
do we
wine
eat?
too, right?
Oh,
With
yeah,
that?
wine, beer,
Wine,
you name it.
beer.
Craft beer.
Drinks, everything. You name it. It's all
They
included.
need to have this on a Friday.
Yeah, I agree.
They should.
I guess a winery doesn't do it because they charge them less on a
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
But it's a wonderful, regardless
Oh,
of the
it's
weather,
great.
it's a great
It's
time
a
of
great
year.
night.
Listen, it's over by 9 o'clock.
So we only got a short time. I would love to ask my question now, Frank.
Yes.
Now's the time. You
Yeah,
let me know.
Okay, first thing is phone number 845-651-1110. First correct caller, do not Google this, is going to win the 2 tickets.
Don't
All right.
Google it.
I'm
We're
watching.
We're watching.
So we know we're at the
Alexa's
50th
watching.
anniversary of Woodstock, right? And it's
Absolutely.
fun. We got to see Henry the other day in his picture. So what future rock star, he wasn't a rock star at that time, couldn't find a bathroom, so left Woodstock?
So this
I
is
love
related.
It, that it goes with plumbing.
It's a plumbing
Wait,
question.
Wait, what did you think it would be, guys?
Yeah, come on.
I mean, this is our town
Even
with
I
Paul
knew that.
Nebrasky, all right?
All right, repeat the question.
Okay.
Come on.
Which future rock star left Woodstock because they could not find a bathroom.
I mean, they literally went home.
Literally went home.
So he didn't
Really?
perform there.
He was there as a guest.
Oh, he didn't perform.
Oh, did not perform.
Yeah, that's why I said future.
Oh,
right.
this is-
Became a rock star later on.
Became a rock star later on.
That's hard.
Okay, a couple years later, first album came out, and left the concert.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one myself. Even.
Wow.
Paul
That's
is a Renaissance
great
man.
question.
He said all
Yes.
sorts
All right,
of good
well,
stuff.
I love this. Is the best question I've heard.
All right, well, we
Wow.
thank my crack office staff who's listening right now.
Hi, Wendy.
Yes, crack office staff.
Put
Put down the crack, by the way.
All right. Now, thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.
That's a good commercial for us. At this
That's
point.
another. That's for another day.
All right.
Oh, you're fired, Neil.
All right. So, so talking about Woodstock, so we started with bathrooms. You know, when I come up, it's going to be about plumbing,
Bathroom
right?
humor, yes.
Of course.
Humor. All right. So, how many bathrooms are porta johnies? Now, this was in the movie.
Oh.
Okay. Now, all right. Did
I'm
they
sorry,
have?
I was stoned when the movie came out.
Okay. Did they have at Woodstock?
How many porta potties were at Woodstock?
Yeah.
But of course, now they didn't expect that many people to be there. So
I will say 20.
You're way off.
You're way up on that.
But
Really?
There had to be at least 100, I would think.
so it sounds like a lot, but there were 600 porta potties.
Oh, my gosh.
That were totally full.
Because they couldn't clean them out, I'm
They
sure.
couldn't
No
clean them out.
way.
It was actually in the Woodstock movie. And if you think about it, 500,000 people, that's one per every 883 people.
Oh.
All right. Now
You got to go in the woods.
Yeah, which I'm sure most people did, except for the person that is their future rock star that left. Said, I will not go in the woods. What am I, a bear?
Was it a
Okay?
man or a woman?
Well, I said man before, but I
Okay.
shouldn't have given that away.
Okay.
But I did.
That could be anybody.
And a
though.
man who wouldn't go in the woods, that's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
'Cause
we
you guys
wait
will
for
go
those moments.
Anywhere.
But really,
this is great.
To give you a little bit of what you're thinking, that there was only 600 toilets for 500,000 people in the
That's
Porta Johns.
crazy.
At the new Yankee Stadium they built in 2009, which holds 52,000 people, there's 843 toilets, or one for every 62 people. So the code,
And not everybody's going at the same time.
but the code says one for every 62 people. So about that, it's I'll go over that in a second. So if you think about it, Woodstock was one for 883 people.
Oh, my God.
And then when they held Woodstock 2 with 400,000 people, they had 2,800 toilets.
So that was in Saugerties.
Right. They had 2,800 toilets. So
Not at
I
Woodstock.
just think that's pretty interesting.
That's wild.
And
That had to be pretty insane because, like we said, you couldn't get equipment in there to clean them out because you couldn't even get near the place.
right.
Oh, my
So they were just sitting there for those couple of days.
Yeah, I'm sure that rainwater wasn't too,
That
too
didn't
good
help
when it
either.
came down the hill. You know,
Those
talking
poor-
about
poor
bacteria.
cows.
We're
on
young, we didn't
Disco's
care.
Is there
phone.
anybody who knows more about toilets than Paul?
No,
I don't think so.
nobody.
I,
he gets the
he's the
award.
master.
Paul, we still haven't. The phone still hasn't rung on that.
Yes.
Oh,
artist.
it's a tough one. People can
a
Google
tough
it.
one.
It took
That's
a
a
while.
real
So,
tough
all right.
one.
So, do we want to give a hint?
Yeah.
No, well, not.
845-651-1110. Come on.
All right,
let
the
him
phones
give
are
a
ringing,
hint.
so
All right,
let's see.
my office doesn't count.
Yeah, nobody from the office gets to answer this.
All right.
All right. So,
So Taylor, I got an interesting fact for you
Okay.
before we go into some questions. I want to. So we all know women always end up waiting on these
yeah, because women
lines.
take longer to go to the bathroom.
Right, but also, all right, we got.
We have
question?
a caller. All right. What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my first name's Grace. I'm calling from Slate Hill.
Okay. And who do you think it is?
Bob Dylan?
Nope.
Nope. Sorry.
No? Okay,
Thank you.
Bye.
So, where was one of the other locations that Woodstock wanted to go? It was in Orange County, and they didn't get a permit, and it was in Orange.
See,
County.
I knew that one. It's
I
up
don't
in.
know.
It's up near Middletown in whatever
it's
that.
in Walkill.
Walkill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where the
Walkill.
mall is. But the great part about it, 'cause
Really?
I always have to turn this in. What was the reason they turned them down?
Traffic?
Bathrooms.
Oh,
They felt they wouldn't have enough bathrooms. So the reason they turned down the permit was bathrooms. Okay, they were worried that they weren't going to bring enough porta johns in, and that's why Will Kill denied the permit.
And they
That's
were in,
why.
in
And they were
foresight.
right.
They were right. Yeah,
They were right.
they were very much right.
Where would they get
So
all-
that was the property where the gallery is today?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying I'm not sure
Near
where it was.
there. Yeah.
Near the gallery there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was, but they turned them down for that reason, which is really, really interesting.
Phones are
Where's
ringing
that?
off the hook here.
Well, people had enough time to get onto Google.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to go because I want. Did you Google it?
I Googled it to make sure it was true because I didn't want to,
Yeah.
All right, so we have another
right,
caller.
another
What's your
shot at
first
this.
name? Where are you calling from?
Jack from Warwick.
All right, Jack, what is it?
Bruce Springsteen.
Boy, I wish it was Bruce, but it was
No,
not.
I
Bruce
don't think
did not go.
I don't
did
think
not go.
Bruce may have been way too young to go.
No. Bruce would have been
How old is
17 or
Bruce
18
now?
then, right?
Yeah, Bruce did not go though, because I
Thank
read his
you.
book. He said he wished he went, but he did not go.
Okay, so it's not Bruce.
It's not
right.
Bruce Springsteen.
All right,
That was a
we're
good
getting-
guess, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I mean,
it would have been younger.
how old is Bruce now?
Well, Bruce has got to be
Late
how old is he?
60s maybe? Late
Yeah,
Oh,
late
yeah,
60s,
late
I would
60s.
think.
He could be
60s.
70 this
Yeah.
year.
So
Yeah,
he would have
70,
been.
yeah.
Oh, he's going to be 70.
Yeah, he would have been like near
Late
20
67.
back
Oh,
then,
okay.
so he would have been
Yeah.
fine.
So
He doesn't care where he goes, though.
so that's a good hint. The future rock star is approximately the same age as Bruce.
Well, that would make
that would make sense,
That and
yeah.
about a
'Cause he
half a
was a
million other
future.
people.
Right, but I mean, I'll give you another hint. He's now a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame like Bruce is. How's that?
So this guy
great.
really made it big then after.
Very big.
In spite of the fact that he did not perform at Woodstock.
And didn't go to the bathroom.
Right, and only stayed to see, who'd he say? I think he said Joe Cocker he went to see.
Oh, Joe Cocker.
And then, or no, it was somebody on the first day. He doesn't remember, then he left. And
Everybody was stoned
Wow.
then. Nobody remembers anything.
It could be so many different.
all right, well, let's
Could be
see.
anybody, yeah.
This
wanna
is a
give-
great
Somebody get the
question.
answer here.
I want to
Adams-
give away these 2 tickets in the 9 minutes I got left here. What
This is the
on,
premier
folks.
I want
event
to
in
get
the
off the
area.
air just to hear the answer.
Well, we got a couple more hints. So,
All right.
All
Well,
good.
go-
All
right.
well,
All right.
let's go to something else right now.
Well, give
come-
us another-
Oh, okay.
another
You wanna
hint.
give
okay,
him
one
another?
more hint.
All
One
right.
more hint.
All right.
The person was born in the Bronx.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
And let me give a little bit better one if somebody wants to Google. Has sold over 150 million albums.
All right, so when you think about this too, it would have had to have
Wait a
been
minute,
somebody
is
from
he-
in the
was-
area
oh, I have a
because they went up
question.
there.
Okay. Is it a singer or is he part of a group?
Well, that's too many answers.
That's too many. Come on, how many clues you want? He just gave it away
I
there.
tried
I
to
just
get him.
gave it away there. 'cause
From the
you can-
Bronx.
And how
Oh,
many?
great.
Okay, from the Bronx.
And it wasn't Tiny Tim either. So don't,
wasn't Tiny Tim.
Oh,
When we
right,
go
so-
off the air, I'm going to take a guess.
Hey, I got to just give myself my own little plug before
You sh-
somebody guesses.
yeah.
At Nebrasky Plumbing, and I normally not like this, August has been a fantastic month for us. And,
Wow.
and I want to thank everybody out there. First thing, the beginning of August, from the Times Howard record readers, 175,000
That's right. They
people
were voted number one.
We were voted for the 7th year in a row, number 1 HVAC contractor and number 1 plumber. Okay? After, and for me,
You
that's
know it.
important. And I really want to thank
Because Paul takes great pride in the 30 years of what he's accomplished and the people that work for him. And by the way, he's a second chance guy. So, he wants to help out there, and there's lots of good things coming in the future.
And then August 1st, because of this wonderful radio show, if you remember, I think it was my first or second show, we did a show on technology.
Yes. Oh, that was great.
And Frank was nice enough to send it to me, and I threw it up as a podcast. Well, a national plumbing magazine picked up the podcast, called me up and said, we want to interview you. Interviewed me for 2 hours, sent people from Wisconsin to take pictures, and we are on the front cover with a great cover story of a national plumbing magazine.
How's that?
Because of this
That's
wonderful
great.
radio show.
What a story.
It's up on my website if you guys want to read it. It tells you a lot about our back history.
Now, do you
and our
put all
story.
the times you're on up on your podcast on your website?
Oh yeah,
Good.
We're fully have the YouTube channel.
so if
We're
you
on the
miss
podcast.
something or you don't catch the show one month, you can always go on there and
listen to
do it
it,
at your
yeah.
time.
Yeah, so I just want it's been a
That's
great
awesome.
month. It's nice to be recognized by your
Yeah, that's, you
by
work
your
hard for
customers
that.
and your the industry that you work in.
Absolutely.
So
That is great.
little plug. Normally you even ask me for my number and I don't give it, but I little plug for the
I
company.
think it's great.
Absolutely.
No, I think that's really
that
good.
article in the magazine is fantastic. I
It
just read
really is. Now,
It's
Taylor,
awesome.
we don't get that magazine, do we? No, I don't think so.
Somebody got,
okay.
I don't think so.
Somebody
That's it.
texted me, and it's somebody we know very well,
Yeah.
who has the Saturday morning Lovelace music experience.
And he's probably right.
Tom
He's-
Lovelace
he's
got
cheap.
it.
Oh,
I would never have gotten this.
Right.
Because I didn't even know this gentleman was from the Bronx.
Right.
So
So,
that's really wild.
I think it's time for one more clue because the phone is not ringing.
The phone is not
gonna
ringing,
say.
and you got like
I had it.
150.
Yes.
Is that what you were going to say?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
But,
I still have
but
no
which
clue.
hint, Neil? Which hint did I have to give you? I'm not giving you tickets.
When he, for some reason, when you said about the Bronx, even though he's
Right, I was
known
that
for
was
other places.
that's my next
Yeah.
hint.
But
he's
which
from
I
the
think everybody
Bronx.
should get
Yeah.
it.
All right.
So he's most well known from being from Long Island.
Absolutely.
Right. That's
Oh,
exactly.
now I know who it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know you did.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I know who it is
How
now.
many songs do you play of his in all?
An awful lot of songs.
30?
Also,
40?
when you said 150 million records, because that kind of limits the
Just a bit,
number.
right?
So, yeah,
Right,
So
exactly.
yeah, I figured it's such and such.
I can give a great clue.
No, don't give another clue. They're going to get it. You have to get it from. This is like 150 bucks worth of tickets for a free dinner.
845-651-1110. I'm just one
The biggest event of the
little
year.
hint.
Well,
He-
your hints are giveaways, Taylor. That's
He
why I don't
was
like your
married
hints.
to a model.
See,
come on.
There she goes again.
All right, all right. Wendy, she just gave it away on you. So I just
that's
wanna let you
awful.
know.
That's not a hint. That's a giveaway.
Yeah, you might as well say
Well,
his name.
we'll see. Listen, how many rock stars were married to models? 8,000?
Yeah. Oh,
Well, but
from
she's a
Long
very
Island?
well-known
From
model.
Long Island.
From
who
Long
sold
Island.
150 million
Yeah.
copies.
Well, he's
Yeah.
not from Long Island.
Well, they
we said
consider
that.
him
He was
to be
born in
from.
the Bronx.
Yeah, but they
the
consider him to
150
be.
million.
There
I mean,
we
this-
go. Taylor gives the hint and the phone's ringing off
Yeah,
the
of
hook
course.
now.
Well, your show's almost over. We want to give him away.
Oh, we better talk about plumbing then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plumbing?
Let's
What?
forget. Let's remember why we're here.
I thought it was only Woodstock.
Well, no, I gave you a bathroom Woodstock question.
All right, what's your first name? What town are you calling from?
Hi, it's Grace again from Slate Hill. Is the answer Billy Joel?
That is
That's
it.
the answer.
All right.
The
Hold
Long
on.
Island gave it away.
Yeah, hold on. See, the Long Island gave
right,
it away,
wait a
not
minute.
my clue.
All right.
Just so you know, it was Long Island.
Yeah, but yeah.
Or as they say out there, Long Island, L-U-N-G.
Long Island. That's where I grew
Yeah,
up.
what a. That's really funny about him. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
he his exact quote. Let me find it here because that I can't remember. I know a lot about bathrooms, but I can't remember quotes. Okay, was oh my God, what did he say?
I
here?
mean, I would never have guessed that he wouldn't go. He's from the Bronx and he wouldn't go to the bathroom in the woods. That's weird.
But after a day and a half with no real toilet facilities, what am I, a bear? I have to go in the woods. Then he said, I was dirty, itchy, covered with poison ivy, and thought, just get me out of here. I got to use the bathroom. That was on Entertainment Tonight. So,
That is
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
I would
So-
never have
Too
known
bad
that.
it's
That's amazing, that clue.
Too bad it stifled his career.
Yeah,
it's
it's horrible.
Still has
I
that
mean,
poison ivy.
And so I thought that was a good one.
That's
That is a
great.
really good. That's a
That's a
great,
great
Love
one.
it.
great
That
question.
was
Awesome.
fantastic.
Well, Grace is going to enjoy a great time.
Oh, yeah.
At
Oh, yeah.
the event. This is and this is a pair of tickets too, right?
Yeah, pair of tickets. And come up and say hello. I'll be there. I want
Yes.
to, say
How
hello.
would you want
Yeah,
Grace,
Grace
to?
should email Taylor at WTBQ.com your name, address, and phone number for the contest rules. And then I guess the tickets will be at the evening. We'll tell Michael Jandro.
Oh no, I'll bring them over tomorrow. I have them in my.
All right, so they'll be here
Okay.
at the
Not to bring
station.
them.
So
I'll
pick them
drop
up here,
off
yeah.
So
tomorrow.
come on Friday to pick them up.
Or anytime after that.
Yeah, or anytime. Well, before September 10th.
That's right.
Right. I
You
think
know,
the rain date's the 11th.
Yeah.
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 And they're not going to rain date it unless it was like a heavy rain. They
Yeah,
they have
because
the
it's
tents and the
covered.
covered. and
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy, Paul. You're going to enjoy that evening.
Oh, you're
That's
going to love it.
That's something we
Eileen's
really
gonna
look
love
forward
it,
to.
too.
Good. Is it? Am I gonna have to get a bunch of Ubers for the office or what?
You might want to
Maybe.
consider that.
Or
Yeah.
one of those buses where everybody gets on, like a party bus.
Oh yeah, that's what I really need.
Yeah.
Put tie-dye over it, do the whole Woodstock thing.
Yeah, that's it. How many porta potties do I need in that box?
There's a question.
663. That's a lot of
All right, I have a couple questions
Yeah,
here.
let's
Maybe
go
we
ahead.
can
Let's
get one
do
or
it.
two that we
Oh,
got
as many
from,
as you want.
from
Go
the
ahead.
listeners.
All right.
Do you have them, Taylor? Or I know
No.
I got them. They sent a couple to me.
Okay.
All right. So here, I'll let you. I'll let you read them to me, Taylor. Is that okay?
That sounds perfect.
Glasses go
Those new
on.
glasses.
So we got a couple of these from our listeners.
Okay,
Emailed us
I
to
forgot
us.
mine.
That's okay.
My central AC is not blowing really cold air, but it used to. What do you think is causing it, and how do we get it to work out properly again? This is everybody's problem.
This is everybody's problem, and it got a little cool this week, but last week. So, Neil, what's the first answer to that one?
Get it cleaned out.
All right.
Clean out your filters.
But change your filter.
Service it. Change the filter.
So generally,
Even
say
I
this
can change
every
the
time.
filter.
When was the last time you changed your air filter? I mean, you will be amazed when you pull it out, especially if you have animals. It's clogged, and if you can't push air through your air conditioning, you're not going to get air out the other side.
Every 3 months, right, Paul?
Right. Every 3 months, and
Yeah, how much is a filter? Like $5 or
No,
something?
they're
Not
a little
even.
bit more, but
No,
they're
it
so
depends on
easy to change. Even I can do it.
Paul, does it matter whether you spend the big bucks and get the more better filter?
I get asked that all the time. I'm not an expert on it, but some do say they're better for allergies. But there's you got to be careful. If you get a great filter that really filters the air down, now you're cutting down your air conditioning because it's not going through.
And I was going to say that
Say.
I actually did buy a better one, put it in, and it was making too much noise because the air couldn't go through it fast enough. My system was trying to pull it through a little quicker than it was, so I thought that was not right.
So
I went back to the
they
basic
haven't
one.
figured out how to make it a little more high end without letting
Well, no,
the
the
air go
high end
through.
means it filters out more,
Yeah.
so the air doesn't go through it as quickly, and that can affect and I guess
That's
harm the
interesting.
system
All right,
down the road.
next question.
And one other thing with that, you got it right, Neil. Have it serviced. Okay, it could be a very simple thing to
I
have it
learned that from you,
serviced.
Paul.
and get it
Preventive
done.
medicine.
And Paul, do they still do the old Freon, or is it all the new stuff now?
It's a lot of old Freons out there, millions and millions of it. But as of 2020, it's going to be outlawed. So what we tell our customers, if they have an older system over 10 years old with the old Freon, change, because the
You're not
price
going to
of
be
it,
able to do it, so you're going to have to change
and
it.
the price went way through. It could be $800 a pound. I'm using that, compared
it's
to
true,
20.
yeah.
Yeah, because
compared to what, 20?
Yeah,
Yeah.
20, 30.
Yeah.
I would suggest you do it now.
If you have a leak in your air conditioning and it uses the old Freon, you're into hundreds and hundreds of dollars as opposed to just the service call the other way.
And a system that's going to be at least 10 years old at that point. So you have both. Do it if you can.
So if you're listening out there, call Paul Nebrasky at Nebrasky Plumbing and Heating and get it done now. 2020, by the way, next year, 6 months away. Just so you know.
So you won't be
Tell
able to get
Alexa to
any
call
new
Paul.
Freon.
Any new? They're recycling some, but it's going to be. I'm not. If you go to the website, you can see the government website.
NebraskaPlumbingandHeating.com.
Yeah, we have a link there too. So.
Right. Okay. And talking of air conditioning, because this is the time of the year, air conditioning compressor outside seems to be making a lot of noise. I think these are the questions my people asked.
Some
actually.
of these yours.
Yeah,
some
I
are mine.
remember.
This one's yours.
Yeah, no, I remember that one of the listeners sent it in. My AC compressor outside seems to be making a lot of noise whenever it starts up and gets louder each time. Any ideas to what's causing it? I have tried to check it out, but I'm not an HVAC guy. Well, good for you to know
Well,
that.
of course, the first answer to that is have it serviced, right? We talked about that.
Have
again.
it serviced.
Right, but it really depends on age. I mean, Frank, you love cars. So we all know the older the car gets, the more squeaks and the more noises it has. So your AC system, like anything old, has parts in it, and they're starting to get squeaky and they're starting to get old. So a lot of that could be just the age, but it also could be it needs to be serviced. Are some of the bolts loose? Does it have enough Freon in it? You talked about how yours got noisy when you did it. So really, there's so many reasons, but it's got to be serviced. And as things get older, like anything, it's going to make a little bit more noise, but have it serviced.
Yeah, I actually
Kinda
found
like us.
Yeah, like us as we get old. I found out one time that it was a part of the unit came a little loose and it was making the rattling noise. There was nothing wrong with the unit; it just needed to be tightened down. So
Right.
Well,
that could be. It could be that simple.
Yeah,
It could
the
be that
case-
But
the
the
simple.
casing or
answer
something.
is call up and get it serviced so you know what it is.
yeah,
and
don't let
stop
it keep on
guessing.
going. Yeah.
Well, we see it all the time because when you found that part that was loose, people don't see that it gets more loose, and then something breaks off, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of damage because you have a fan that's spinning in there very fast, and if that comes off, it pretty much is going to ruin. the
This is
system.
from one of my listeners too. I remember this one because I want to do this too. I want to replace my faucets in the kitchen. How do you feel about the ones that are advertising that you just put your hands under and they go on? Do they work consistently? Well, that wasn't, I mean, I want to put new faucets, but not for that reason.
But that's a great question
It
because
it's electronic. And
yes
what
and
happens-
no. I
yeah.
live with them.
Oh, you do?
Okay, and we all use them every day in public bathrooms.
Oh, that's
right?
true.
And it's funny. A couple of years ago, I went to see Jerry Seinfeld, and I was laughing
him.
hysterical. He did a whole bit on it that everybody's in the bathroom. I know this is radio, trying to, making all these hand motions, trying to get the sink to turn on, right? Right or wrong.
Yeah, sure,
he did-
absolutely.
and only Jerry Seinfeld could do. So,
Oh,
so
that's
when they
what-
first came out, that's what it was like in public bathrooms. We're all trying to, and. I have one at home, and I got to tell you, it works most of the time. But there's a lot of times it doesn't work, or if the sensor's not right, you walk by and it turns on. So, and now they got them, as I told you during my technology show, where you can turn it on from your phone before you get there.
Oh, great.
So, yes, they work, but like any other technology, there are times it's not going to work. So I would say they work. When they first came out, they worked maybe 50% of the time. Now we're up to about 80 to 90% of the
All
time.
right. They're
So
getting there.
one of those
It's tough to move
systems.
that handle.
Yeah, one of
down
those
the water.
systems, then you leave it on is what it is, right? You leave the
Right.
actual faucet on. So if you were going away for a month and you didn't want to do that, you just turn the knobs off and they, no matter what you do, it won't turn on? Is that how that works? Or
It shouldn't. It should not turn on.
Yeah, but you don't want it to. If you're away and there's a flood, you're in trouble.
Well, no, a little lightning in the area, something can discharge, something can spike it.
Listen, I don't disagree, but they're getting better every day, the technology. And
Yeah.
truthfully, when they first came out, we had problems with the technology, and
Yeah.
it was better.
Yeah, it's just crazy. We don't
We
even
have
we don't
time-
want to even do handles anymore.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
we have time for
Crazy.
one more.
Crazy.
All right, one
Okay,
more. I
One
think.
more. We have a septic tank, and there are so many brands that advertise their product works the best. And I use something actually. That's funny. I've got an organic thing that comes in like little bags, and,
Yeah.
and it's all organic materials, and I flush it once a month down the toilet. So the monthly flush to keep the septic clean. And do they really work?
So that question was great for me because I believe in the once a month. It's supposed to.
And I do. I'm
It's supposed to
like-
regenerate the bacteria, right?
Right.
Because we use bleach and all that, and it kills the good bacteria,
Right.
which eats the discharge. But I believed in it. I've been using it for 30 years at my own house and tell my customers to use it. I went and Googled it, and they did research, and some labs say it doesn't work, which is very interesting. And so my answer is, if you Google it, they're going to tell you no. They did some studies, but I truly believe in it.
Well, you know
and
what?
believing
I
it for
don't.
years.
Those studies to me are like polls that people take. They do it according to what they sell. Like who did the poll? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So,
So things don't always
the
get-
answer is I fully believe in it, and I'm telling my customers to use it for years, and they make grid exits.
Can't hurt anything.
It's not going to hurt.
No, it's a good thing to do. Now, Susan from the animal shelter, of course, they have a lot of plumbing things going on
Oh,
there.
yeah, they do.
Is on the telephone with us for a question for Paul. So,
Hey,
Susan.
it's Susan Barron from the Warwick
Good
Valley
morning.
Hi, Susan.
Morning.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm well, but I do have a toilet issue over here at the shelter
All right.
that I thought I would take advantage of Paul and ask him why my toilet sings.
Why it sings?
I swear to God, you
What
flushed
song?
it.
What
It's-
song,
it's-
Susan?
All right. So
It's just one note.
okay, so when I was moving to Warwick here and I was building my house, I had a pigeon that was, living with me, and you guys came to pick up the pigeon. So
That's
did you
right.
check to see if you put your bird in the toilet or anything like that? Is there a bird stuck in the toilet, Susan?
No, that pigeon is long gone.
All right. So
To a good home.
All right, to a good home, I hope. So,
Yeah.
so
the
there's
birds.
a valve in there that actually, when you flush a toilet, it comes down to let the water in.
Yes.
And there's probably a little bit of dirt in there, and the dirt's just making a singing noise when
So
the water goes through.
what can she do to get rid of it?
Isn't it calming to the animals?
But the people taking care of the animals,
No, it's
not so
actually,
much.
It's actually making the dogs howl.
It's making
So-
the door. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I will come over myself or have one of my
Oh,
guys
how do you like
free
that?
of charge and take a look at it. for you. Fair enough. Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
That's all right. And if I find my bird in there, I'm not going to be happy.
Paul's a marketing genius.
can
He
promise
jumped
you.
all over that one.
No,
I'll get a little free
we're
club
animal
out of
That's
this.
people.
great.
Well, I will tell you, we would very much appreciate that, staff and animals.
All right. I know my staff is listening right now, so they'll give you a call later today. I promise you and take care of it. Okay.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan.
There you
Thanks,
go.
guys. Have a great day.
Another winner.
That
There
was
you go.
Susan Barron.
That's pretty
and
wild.
She's the president of the Warwick Valley Humane Society, and
Could that-
24/7 that.
Yeah,
woman-
could that also be maybe an air leak or something coming in or going?
I doubt it. It could, but air, you're going to hear more bubbling. All right.
Yeah.
I just want to let the listeners know I'm done giving out free stuff today. All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Darn it. Darn.
By the way, Susan,
Taylor could
make
use a new
sure-
car.
Gonna have Paul come over to the house.
By the way, Susan, make sure you get a picture of Paul there in the toilet in the shelter. I want that picture on
Post
Instagram.
that one up there.
Then in Plumbing Magazine.
Yes. That's
Hopefully
right.
it's not
he's,
the,
he's actually done something wonderful now
Yeah.
because it's a humane society and they don't have money to flush down the toilet.
Good
I'm
one. Good
sorry.
one, Taylor.
I couldn't
That was
resist.
good. That was
So that's
I
not
like
the
that. That was
cause of
good.
the
That was
noise
all
right there.
No,
That was pretty
All right.
good.
Nobody's flushing
Thanks for the
anything.
question, Susan, by the way. And
right, so
we
good
will
stuff.
report next time exactly what we did.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
all right, so Paul, if people would like to get in touch with Nebrasky Plumbing and Heating, whether it's for air conditioning or plumbing issues, whatever it may be, what do they do?
845-783-6661 or NebraskyPlumbing.com or Facebook. And send those great questions and keep them coming.
Yeah.
I really like
Yeah.
them.
And congratulations on your
this
award
is
there.
fabulous.
Congratulations on the newspaper
awesome.
article, the magazine article. Just good stuff. But you can tell,
And
you know.
we have a surprise later on, not in this show, but in the future, of something Paul's getting involved in, his own idea, which is really going to change many lives.
Yeah, I can't wait to announce it. I
I
just got to
can't
get a
wait
figure and we'll
either.
do it.
Yeah.
Right up my alley.
Oh, wow. So it's
you'll-
something I don't even know
No,
about.
I don't tell you everything.
Does it involve Billy Joel?
No, absolutely
I'm a
not.
little
I
bit,
wish.
I'm a little bit late then on that one.
Does it involve animals?
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. You're pretty good, Neil, on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
I know my audience here, baby.
Just change your filter, Neil. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Filter man.
I even put dates on the filter, so
I
I
like
actually
this.
do it.
That's a great tip for everybody. Yeah.
Also, I wish Frank had a filter I could change.
Taylor has no filter.
You have no
None,
filter.
so you don't have to
Obviously.
change it.
Yeah.